chairman and the representatives of the industries. Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon to all of you. At the very outset, I sincerely thank each one of you for participating in this industry meet in Mumbai. It is incredibly encouraging to be in Mumbai, the financial capital of India and a critical cog in the growth and development of the Indian economy. Everybody knows about it. We are all aware that the state of Maharashtra is the largest economy in India, accounting for almost 14% of India's GDP and contributing to 20% of industrial output in India, and that is why we are here to extend a warm invitation from the government of Andhra Pradesh on behalf of the YSR Congress Party government of Andhra Pradesh and on behalf of our the beloved, dynamic, pragmatic and benevolent Chief Minister Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy garu. I bring with me the greetings and best wishes to all the industrial houses and all the CEOs and chairmen and the representatives of Maharashtra. A very namaskar to all of you. It is interesting to note that we are representing the state of Andhra Pradesh, which is referred as the gateway of the East, and inviting all of you as well as the wider business community from Maharashtra and Mumbai, which is also referred to as the gateway of India, to explore the opportunities in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I stand before you to give an account of the urban infrastructure that is available here and the new institutional mechanism which has now been in place, as my friend has mentioned about this Gram Sachivalaya and Ward Sachivalaya institutions, which is unique to Andhra Pradesh. And the main focus behind this institution is the mantra of our government in welfare and development is decentralization in administration, decentralization in development. We want to bring the administration to the doorsteps of the people, the 5 crore people, the 50 million people of Andhra Pradesh, all the benefits and all the services which the government is giving to the people to the doorsteps through this Sachivalaya. As you must be knowing that in urban areas, the entire corporation, the ULBs, the urban local bodies, which we call as a corporation, as a municipality, or Bruhat Mumbai, whatever you call, Bruhat Bangalore, or Greater Hyderabad, is again decentralized into divisions, and further the divisions actually have some employees to serve. But in here in Andhra Pradesh, we have introduced a unique concept of volunteers. For every cluster, each cluster has 50 to 70 household units, and we employ one volunteer. On honorarium basis, we pay around 6,000 rupees, and then every month, all the beneficiaries, all the welfare schemes which are being delivered are being personally delivered by these volunteers. And unlike earlier days where we have one Gram Panchayat or urban local body has these divisions where we have only one ward secretary or Gram Panchayat secretary, we have 9 to 11 government employees representing every department, starting from agriculture, welfare, police, Mahila police, and to the engineering assistants and agriculture assistants, accounting to 9. This is what actually the new innovation, where the focus of our Honorable CM is that we want to give a government which is accountable. We want to give a government which is very transparent. Transparent in the sense that we will not see the caste, creed, the region, or the political party to which the voter has voted while giving the welfare schemes. This is the dictum, and the bottom line is that transparency, accountability, and zero corruption. So this is what actually the basic agenda with which we have come to power. The greatest thing of above all the infrastructure, whatever my friends have showcased to you, below that we have a strong base called political stability. We have got a mandate from the people of Andhra Pradesh, which has never been given to any political party in the state of Andhra Pradesh, is either divided or undivided. We have won almost 151 assembly seats out of 175 and 22 parliaments out of 25 seats, accounting for 51% of the total votes polled. And that is the solidarity of the people of Andhra Pradesh who have given to our leader, Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy gar. Ever since any election that was held, we have won all the elections. So that is what I want to bring home. The point is that we have got the mandate of the people, and that is where our strength lies, and that is where the 4 years of our tenure, ever since we came to power, ever since our leader took reins of the administration of Andhra Pradesh, we have been continuously and consistently giving welfare and development equal importance. So with this introductory note, I just want to wrap up the urban infrastructure that has been provided by our government, the YSR Congress Party government, in the last 4 years, and on which actually now we are making a plea for all the business community to come over there to the city of destiny. The vibrant coastal city is cosmopolitan in nature and a hub for industrial, educational, and tourist activities, to say very few, because it is attracting already a lot of public and private companies, including oil refineries, fertilizers, steel and heavy engineering, shipbuilding, and power generation. You know, the large-scale industries are now centered in and around the Visakhapatnam, Vizag, or Voltaire, according to the choice of the people, which they call this the city of destiny, the coastal city of Andhra Pradesh. Lot of industries to boast of: the Hindustan Shipyard, Hindustan Petroleum Corporation, Coromandel Fertilizers, Bharat Heavy Electrical Plates and Vessels, Hindustan Zinc Plant, and recent giant Visakhapatnam Steel Plant. The largest Visakhapatnam Steel Plant, which houses thousands of employees there and really contributed for the growth of this city of destiny. Apart from this many PSUs, the city is also home for a lot of textile parks, pharma industry, which our industry minister has given a total picture of the scope of various sectors that have really made their base in Andhra Pradesh. On the outskirts of the city also now we are developing an international greenfield airport called Bhogapuram Airport, and from urban infrastructure side we are developing a beautiful coastal corridor starting from Kailashnath Road to the Bhogapuram, stretching around 40 kilometers to international standards with a lot of green belt areas. This is one the biggest attraction to the city of destiny, the Visakhapatnam. To mention a few accolades which we have obtained in the last 4 years is that Visakhapatnam ranks among India's top 5 cleanest cities as per the recent Swachh Bharat rankings. Ranked number 4 in Swachh Sarvekshan ranking 2022. It's not that we just got a 4th rank in the Swachh Sarvekshan. In 2019, when our government took reins of the administration, Andhra Pradesh was standing at 23rd position in 2019. In 2020, we moved on to 9th position. In 2022, we got a place in the top 5, ranked number 4 in the Swachh Sarvekshan rankings. We got highest ranking in highest citizens feedback in Swachh Sarvekshan 2021. We got 4-star in environmental resilience. We have secured 4th rank. And then in beach certification, clean beach certification, we got blue flag. And in smart city awards for innovative ideas, we got the best award in the country for promoting a 2 megawatt floating solar plant. This project was commenced to ensure the effective use of water body surfaces for the production of renewable energy, and was recognized as the best project at the 2019 Smart City Awards. This benefits almost to 3,613.5 megawatt hours generated per year, reduction in carbon dioxide reduction, that is 3,080 tons per year of carbon dioxide reduction, and savings in the electricity bills of nearly 2.31 crores. And as per the National Institute of Urban Affairs, New Delhi assessment, this city is environmentally resilient city bestowed with 35% green cover, water plus status, and water resilience for the next 50 years. And we have a perennial source of fresh water from Godavari and Gostani rivers with the next 50 years water secure plan to meet the both domestic and industrial water needs with the circular economy model. I believe that any strong business environment will require a strong urban infrastructure. The advantage of Visakhapatnam is that it provides growth opportunities for investors even in the areas of urban infrastructure. We have got a lot of urban infrastructure, both for solid waste management, liquid waste management, and then clean air pollution. And we have got a lot of projects that are being coming up, and you can also scout for investment in the urban infrastructure. And it is interesting to know that we are representing the state of Andhra Pradesh with the industrial scenario, the vibrant coastal city. We have got a plan for ourselves. Our Honorable CM has a focus to drive our urban development agenda using 4 key factors, the 4 key levers, which we could call the SEED framework. That is social, economical, environment, and digital. Digital use of technology to citizens' service delivery. That is now some of the guest speakers who have really dwelled upon the artificial intelligence and the IT-enabled services. We are extensively using this digital technology in providing better services to the civic public. And then environment. In the environment side also, we want to give climate resilience, less polluting mobility solutions, and in economy, identifying innovative financial streams for urban infrastructure development, and for social development, ensuring high quality of life for citizens, reducing stress on urban infrastructure. That is the reason why you get very positive, motivating, skilled employees for all your businesses which are going to start up in our new state. We have got the infrastructure, the institutional mechanisms with the aim of promoting and securing the planned and sustainable development of the area through planning, coordination, execution, supervision, and financing and funding through 2 institutional mechanisms. One is VMRDA, which was reconstituted with proactive and encouraging regulatory mechanisms, and GVMC with a robust administrative and financial sound institutions. These 2 institutions are firmly grounded in the city of destiny. This VMRDA and the GVMC have really shown the light. They have been the focusing point for spreading urban development authorities across the state. We have got nearly 20 urban development authorities. As I mentioned earlier, that our mantra is decentralization in administration, decentralization in development. So that is the reason that wherever you go, whichever regions you want to invest, either in Rayalaseema or in North Coastal or in South Coastal, you have absolutely the civic amenities firmly grounded. And then the government is concentrating on the development of Vishakhapatnam with smart solutions to offer essential infrastructure and give its residents a respectable standard of living in a healthy and sustainable environment. Then VMRD has identified lands under Jagana smart townships for MIG layouts. We are giving housing schemes on to all sections of this society. We have got housing schemes for the people below the poverty line. We have got housing schemes for middle income groups and for retired employees, so that housing for all is a dictum of our government. Nearly 30 lakh house patas have been given across the state, and nearly 20 lakh houses and 2 million houses are already under different stages of progress in construction. And we want to ensure that anybody who wants a house pata, we have fixed a SLA, service level agreement, that within 90 days he should be given. We have got SLAs for every phase of activity. We have got service level agreement for if you want an income certificate, you want a caste certificate, you want a certificate for whatever needs you want it from the government authorities. We have a service level agreement, and this is being implemented at the ward and Sachivalaya and at also Gram Sachivalaya levels. So a self-sustaining end-to-end urban solution for wastewater management, from house service connection to door delivery of recycled water to business industries we are providing. This project allows for the secure disposal and treatment of sewage produced in the city. So under the smart city initiatives, we have also taken up 11 parks totaling to almost 100 crores for building a healthy community with open spaces development. And when it comes to economic activities, there are a number of opportunities for sustainable infrastructure development as well as for the financing of urban infrastructure projects in Andhra Pradesh. The Government of India, through the National Infrastructure Pipeline, is already committed to the development of urban infrastructure. Government of AP has made futuristic plans to develop a modern metro rail system in Vishakhapatnam, spreading to the prospective routes in the VMRD area. This is going to happen. The light metro rail system will be of a total length of nearly 76 kilometers, consisting of 4 corridors connecting the ports and also the new Bhogapuram airport. The participation of private sector, be it through PPP projects or raising of funds through private equity or monetization of assets, will be essential for these projects. And when it comes to environment innovative practices, all significant parks in Visakhapatnam have successfully undergone greening and beautification. We have got a greening and beautification corporation to look after the greening and beautification needs of all the towns and cities, no matter whatever is the population of that urban local bodies. To combat climatic change and repercussions, several innovative actions have also been attempted, just to showcase that the government is very keen in promoting healthy, clean environment for the urban civic people. To say a few innovative schemes, we have started plastic parlor. This plastic parlor is unique as it sounds. The major beach road now has a plastic parlor where customers can pay for breakfast by exchanging their leftover plastic for it. On-site composting. Nearly 53,000 homes are using a significant ground level force of self-help groups to conduct on-site wet waste composting and transformation of garbage vulnerable points. we have located these garbage vulnerable points and converting these regions into garbage free zones through deliberate tactics with the assistance of residents. We have got a new program called Sagara Tira Swachhata with the slogan, "Our city, our responsibility." A 10-kilometer beach stretch was restored by the volunteers, civic body officials, and people's representatives, and all the like-minded people in cleaning up the beaches on a large scale across the entire coastal line of Andhra Pradesh, because we got the second largest coastline in the country. And then we got one new scheme called WINGS, Ward Improvement as a new goal for Swachh Sarvekshan, a framework for identifying and praising the top wards for their outstanding efforts in sanitation and other such Sarvekshan sectors. And then last but not least, we have embarked upon the mission of making Andhra Pradesh plastic free. In the process, we have initiated one program called Cloth Bag Challenge. The idea of reduce, recycle, reuse. They are the three words. Reduce, recycle, and reuse promotes using old garments, cloth bags, rather than throwing them away as a garbage. So this is what we want to create, the civic sense among the people of Andhra Pradesh. And finally, coming to the digital Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh has always been a leader in digital government services delivery. The process of government to business services is re-engineered to promote online services such as building plan approvals. It is totally online with all the enclosures, directly submitting online with faceless activities, and the layout permissions will be given automatically. As I already mentioned that we have an SLA for this. A 21 days timeline, a maximum timeline is mentioned for getting your building permissions. And we got an app, mobile apps called developed mobile application called CLAP Officers App. CLAP stands for Clean Andhra Pradesh. We have got a mission called Clean Andhra Pradesh, where we have embarked upon institutionalizing the picking of garbage right from the doorsteps of the householder, and then transforming it and treating it and then disposing it off. And then we got an app for monitoring of solid waste processing, sewage treatment, and legacy waste treatment at ULB level, at urban local body level. AP is consistently monitoring of services through an app called APCMMS. It's called Andhra Pradesh CM, Consistent Monitoring of Municipal Services. And this application is developed to monitor greenery and beautification and smart streets, status of roads. We want to make all the ULBs pothole-free roads. And we are in the process of putting a challenge among the ULBs for making it pothole-free. And then street lighting, footpath, public toilets, etc. All these things can be monitored through your mobile applications. And then we have also introduced TDRs. I think probably it may not be new for a big municipal corporation, but we are extending it to all the ULBs. This transformation, this transfer of development rights, TDR bonds. Whenever we are trying to remove the encroachments or demolitions, the beneficiary will get the monetary benefits through these TERs. This is a unique concept, and in all the ULBs we are introducing these concepts for making wider roads. And to conclude, I say that the city of Visakhapatnam is mainly an industrial hub for the Vizag-Chennai industrial corridor with all the facilities and much more. The city of Vizag not only a city of destiny, but also has the potential to become city of examples with unparalleled support to the industrial growth and employment generation. Last but not least, the political stability. I request the industrialists to kindly keep a note of it. And to conclude, Visakhapatnam, Vizag, or Voltaire, whatever name you call it, as it is called differently, so as the vibrant varieties of the facilities available in the city, the business can explore sustainable ways to work together and find new development opportunities at the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023. I kindly extend a personal invitation to all of you to participate in the summit on March 3rd and 4th in the beautiful port city of Visakhapatnam. I extend this invitation on behalf of the Ministry of Municipal Administration and Urban Development, and on the behalf of the government of Andhra Pradesh, and on behalf of our Honorable Dynamic Chief Minister, Sri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy garu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. The castles of growth and development can only be built on a transparent and stable government. Thank you for once again emphasizing on that point. And also, Andhra Pradesh is one of those few states which heavily focuses on projects related to waste to wealth. Now, with this, we have come to the important section of today. And at the same time, we would also like to recognize the presence of media in the hall. Join me in welcoming the Honorable Minister for Finance and Planning, Commercial Taxes, Legislative Affairs, Skill Development and Training, Shri Buggana Rajendranath Garu, to deliver us the keynote address of the day. Let's all welcome him with a big round of applause.
Shri Robin Banerjee, Vice Chairman, CAI Maharashtra State Council, my colleague ministers, Shri Adimulap Suresh, Dr. Adimulap Suresh, Minister for Municipal Administration, Shri Gudwad Amarnath, Minister for Industries and IT, Shri Govind Reddy Garu, Chairman APIIC, Srimati Bandi Nagendra Punyashila, Chairperson APIDC, industry leaders from Maharashtra and neighboring places, media friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. Must be quite tiring, I think. It must have been 2 hours. I can see a few people yawning and... Okay. Normally, the best slot to speak is in the center, the interval time. So Govind Reddy took that slot. And the last slot is the most painful for the audience. But either way, how many ever papers we carry, how much of information we hold, end of the day, there's nothing like listening to an entrepreneur, a first generation entrepreneur, and a person who's come up the hard way. I think we heard Mr. Govind Reddy speak. A lot of information which was articulated very well and given in a very simple way. It all says the sum and substance was for industry, for commerce, for trade, you need an atmosphere that encourages, that is conducive. You need a lot of space, a lot of policies that the government takes, which automatically and naturally provide that encouragement. Along with that, I would add, if you look at the dais, this actually shows what Andhra Pradesh means, what our government and our Chief Minister wishes to convey. You have a set of ministers in the cabinet and chairpersons of important corporations who are all young. You can look at everybody on the stage. Mr. Govind Reddy, who started his career with a salary of 50 rupees, proceeding to establish business that employs 5,000 people. So he's made the MD of the Andhra Pradesh Industrial Infrastructure Corporation. So APIIC is the nodal agency in the state that actually develops land for industry, allots land for industry, sells land for industry. So here you have a man who understands industry, understands business, understands trade from down below. You have a woman, normally Industrial Development Corporation, it's very rare to have a woman as a chairperson. The reason we have a woman is to not only just promote, not only just involve, but promote and also make women an integral part of business and manufacturing and associated activities. So you have the director industries, you have the secretary textiles, all of them are in the age group where everybody has the patience, they have the zeal in them, and they also have the capacity to address the concerns of business. With regard to Maharashtra, the most developed state in the country today industrially, the financial capital Mumbai, I actually had an opportunity to travel quite a lot in Maharashtra. About 2 decades ago, in pursuit of establishing and furthering my own business. So I traveled around sizable area, Kolhapur, Solapur, Meerut, Sangli, this entire stretch, Konkan, Mahad and this place. What I noticed about 2 decades ago was the policy of the government of Maharashtra very appreciable. In the sense, now you have Solapur where you have textile. You have Meerut and Sangli where I don't know, I haven't seen any other place of the tier 2 city where you have that many hospitals and that much of medical care that is available. You have Mahad and the coast, Chiploon, etc., where you have the entire chemical, dyes, intermediaries, etc. And then you go towards Nagpur, you have a different set of businesses. And 2 decades ago, I remember, there used to be a lot of power shortage. You know, those were the times when Dabol and 7 rupees per unit power, etc. That was the shortage of power then in the country. Then, a lot of states used to do haphazard load shedding in order to address this issue. But Maharashtra had a very innovative way of doing it. Normally, you have sandy days on different days in every state, depending on the local custom and tradition. So, the Maharashtra government then used to do the load shedding on that particular sandy day. Now, for example, let us say you have a sandy day in Solapur on Tuesday. The load shedding for the state was Tuesday. Let us say you have sandy day in Kolhapur on Wednesday. The load shedding was Wednesday. So that was how they were, and it was, I think, the only state then at that point of time which adopted this method. I also had a look at a lot of MIDCs. So MIDCs as industrial estates, I would say probably the first in the country with that sort of infrastructure. The water lines used to be never ending. From the local reservoirs, local tanks, you could see water lines all along. We're all regular visitors to Shirdi. So you can see that Ahmednagar, that Kopargaon, that entire area of water lines along the roads. And normally in those days, water lines when established beside the roads used to be damaged very frequently in other places. But Maharashtra somehow, I noticed there is no such thing called damage. And wherever there are road crossings, the line just goes down and then comes up again. Amongst the few places like in the west where you don't see damage. Otherwise, in various other states 2 decades ago, you put a water line, some shepherd goes and just simply makes a hole in that and then goes away. So that was how it was. So Maharashtra even then was quite, I used to appreciate. And then when we actually got into a seat of being able to govern, certain good practices, best practices we have picked up. So these are all over experience. See, everything is written, everything is available, but then over experience what happens is you can actually feel it. So now, just like how every place develops industrially, business, otherwise because of natural advantages and some policies, government policies. But natural advantage still is always the more important one in establishment of a business. So like Mr. Govind Reddy said, finally when it comes to manufacturing industry, you want land, you want water, 24 hours power supply, stable power, and importantly now a stable political administration and political government. Also, the newer generation industries and the newer generation businesses, you require the workforce that is better equipped to suit the requirement. Then, as we see industry developing, it behaves like a sine curve. After a point, it plateaus. After a point, everywhere, this happens world over. After a point, it plateaus because you generally have traffic, you have congestion, then you have, now you look at the ports, for example. The ports start developing. After a point, it becomes difficult to expand beyond that. It's not that it is unlimited. There is a particular area where it tips or plateaus. Now, Andhra Pradesh is showcasing to the country that here you have in our state huge land bank, and prior to reorganization of the state, the combined state of Andhra Pradesh had established their entire businesses, government organizations, government industries in one city, Hyderabad, which actually led to a lot of ancillary units being established over there. So post reorganization of the state, the present state of Andhra Pradesh is now endowed with a huge long coastline, number of ports. It was explained just now, 6 operational ports and 4 ports in the construction, fishing harbors, jetties, all along every 40-50 kilometers you have some activity or the other along the coast. And this entire thing being connected to the hinterland beautifully with both road and rail network. And then various parts of Andhra Pradesh are also located very close to big cities. You have Nellore and Chittoor located very close to Chennai and Bangalore. You have Tirupati, Anantapur located very close to Bangalore. You have Kurnool located very close to, these are all like extensions of cities of Hyderabad, extensions of cities of Bangalore, extensions of cities of Chennai coming into the Andhra Pradesh state. You just take a certain radius around the city, you almost enter Andhra Pradesh, where you have a huge land bank, you have infrastructure, world-class infrastructure that is available and also is being made available. So here we would like to put forward to all the industrialists here in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh has a very good infrastructure, port-led infrastructure, and moreover, the interesting part is this actually connects to the ASEAN region. So transportation by ship, cheapest mode, but again, you have to go all around the west coast, come along the Cape Comorin and then go to the ASEAN region. Whereas in AP, you have a straight access to the ASEAN region. This is a big advantage. You also have a wonderful workforce over there. Telugus as a community, we are proud to say that wherever they have been, the diaspora, they have actually, just like how milk and sugar, they always have gelled very well, mixed very well with whichever place they have been to, and also invite others the same way that they have been invited elsewhere. You have a politically very stable government. You have a young chief minister who himself understands industry very well. Policy making is done very transparently by interacting with various officers as well as the stakeholders. So whenever there is a policy that is coming up, the policy that has come up always is in tune with the requirement of the stakeholders. We understand Maharashtra huge in textiles and then automobiles, IT, ITS, education, you name it, it is there in Maharashtra. So similarly, the advantage that Andhra Pradesh presents right now, a huge GDP growth amongst the top in the country. Then we have exports growing at the rate of close to 10%. And then we have various abundant natural resources, mineral wealth, and we have leading educational institutions. Strategic locational advantages we have, and we have a robust infrastructure. And then you have a good ecosystem where various abundant opportunities are there. But in the opportunities, there are certain ones that have been made into sectors which are of focused more by the government and will be of more importance or more priority to whoever would like to invest in industry. You have various sectors, agriculture and food processing, where you know that Andhra Pradesh ranks 1, 2, 3 in most of them. Anything to do with marine product, eggs, milk, meat, then you have rice, rice, then papaya, mango, horticulture, everything, it's always ranked in that 1, 2, 3. So abundant opportunity for agriculture related and agri processing industry. You also have good connectivity, and then you also have very good opportunity in automobiles and electric vehicles, because you have the various big companies like Kia and Ashok Leyland, Isuzu, Honda operating over there. And then you have textiles and apparels, as our secretary explained. PCPIR, the pharmaceutical petrochemical region, the only one of its kind in the country. And then you have logistics, of course, I explained now. Healthcare and medical equipment. You have the first medtech zone in the country in Vizag. And you have the big, in fact, the first corporate health related industry, Apollo, actually originates from there. And then you have most of the big ones, the big players in drug manufacturing also are already based out of Andhra Pradesh. And the advantages that are there, I think, already have been showcased in the clip that we've had. This results in various people already having established their base. So this would give an idea as to how well the industrial system and the ecosystem is already placed. We have in agri and fruit processing, we have the Kellogg's, we have PepsiCo, we have Mondelez. And then in the automobile and electric vehicles, we have Kia, Isuzu, Hero, Fricol, Bharat Forge, Brakes India, Apollo, Ashok Leyland. In electronics and IT is one of the places, IT for Vizag, and then the electronic manufacturing clusters, we have 4. I think the only place which has 4 and very conveniently located. We have Foxconn, TCL, Wingtech, Dixon, Havells, Daikin, Foxlink, Carbon. And Andhra Pradesh now manufactures, I think, about 1 cell phone per second. That is the capacity that is there right now, and much more to be done. Healthcare and medical equipment, we have all the big hospitals, and as I said, Apollo Group. And then the industrial and logistics infrastructure, very well established. And then importantly, the pharmaceuticals and life sciences, we have all the big ones. Mylan Pharmaceuticals, Biocon, Lupin, Hetero, Laurus, Divi's, Aurobindo, GSK, Dr. Reddy's. These are all the big, you can say, not national, multinationals. And then renewable energy is one of the places. We have a huge capacity of 9 gigawatts already there, and then scope for much more, 38 in solar and 44 in wind. We also have set aside about 80,000 acres of land to enable the renewable sector to establish itself. And then textiles and apparels, 10 existing integrated textile parks and 1 proposed mega textile park. We have Brandix, Torre, Vardhman, and then so on. All these big companies that have established themselves have also resulted in the figures for last year, which is furnished by DPIIT, which says there was an investment of about 45,000 crores up to November 2022, which makes it the highest in the country. So you can see that this is an area which is fairly virgin, and then you have a lot of opportunity. And then this also is reflected in AP being ranked consecutively for the 3rd year as first in the ease of doing business. And we also now, as a policy, not only ease of doing business, it is trying to provide the lowest cost of doing business. This is the policy of the government. And one other area of interest is the inland waterways. So AP is in the process of developing a huge network of inland waterways. We have 888 kilometers, and we have prioritized 27 locations as terminals and should be able to move about 10 million tons by the year 2029. This is the plan of the government. And recently, the trust bestowed by way of investments coming in. Recently, JSW Group has laid the foundation stone for establishment of a 3 million ton plant with an investment of about 8,800 crores just a week ago in our Chief Minister's native district. So this is again testimony to the confidence that the big industry has on the state, the stability and the policy. With regarding to skilling, as explained before by our secretary, we have established and also are in the process of establishing many more various skilling institutes that cater to the gap in skill set that are required for various manufacturing industries and IT related industry. So our vision is to have a balanced growth in different regions of the state, to promote a risk-free environment, to have sustainable industrial development over a longer period of time, and to also enable large-scale job creation. In this, political stability also is of paramount importance. We have a very stable government, and stable government always gives place to stable policy. And then we have Vizag city. Vizag city, one of the most beautiful cities. You have the sea on one side, you have the hills on one side, you have Araku hill stations, and the beauty of the city is that it is by nature inherently a cosmopolitan city. See, the Rashtriya Ispat Nigam, the steel plant, the Eastern Naval Command headquarters, the Hindustan shipyard, all of this put together have actually already resulted in a population that is very diverse and from all parts of the country. There are few places in the country where you don't feel like you're a newcomer. Mumbai is one, Delhi is one, Bangalore is one. Similarly, Vizag will be one city where you won't feel that you're a newcomer because there's no natural inhabitant. Everybody has migrated at some point of time. A beautiful city. So I invite you all on behalf of our government and Chief Minister Shri Y.S. Jagan Reddy, and will be pleased to host you and will be pleased to engage with you, to discuss with you, and to make known all the opportunities that are there in Andhra Pradesh, and all the industry leaders from Maharashtra, the most developed industrial state in the country. I am sure that you will definitely find all the opportunities on the East Coast also to be profitable. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, the floor is open to interaction with the honorable ministers and then the secretaries. If you have questions, kindly raise your hands. Our ushers will reach out to you with the mic. Please introduce yourself and...
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much. And after experiencing the spirit of the speakers and energy, I made my decision to be present in an investment summit actually. My name is Vishal Sanghvi, and I am an innovation and business accelerator. And my question about specifically investment summit, like when we come over there, in 2 days, our ask for only meeting, 4-5, our purpose